Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Don Byrne, and I'll be your moderator today in our third of 5 webinars on securing the enterprise cloud. And today we're going to focus specifically on securing Google G Suite. Our presenter today is Director of Cloud Security, Chris Isbrecht, and in a few minutes I'm going to hand it off to Chris, and he'll walk you through a demo of the Avanan platform, and again focus specifically on G Suite. So a little bit about who we are. The goal of Avanan, and really the basis why we were founded, was to provide a single method for implementing best-of-breed security for your cloud-based applications quickly and easily. And our platform was built on this idea that customers have the ability to address their cloud security gaps from a single place without being locked into a single vendor. To that end, Avanan has partnered with 60+ security vendors to fill the gaps left by cloud-based applications. And with our platform, Avanan connects your SaaS applications to what we call cloudified versions of these tools. And as you'll see in the demo, provisioning these security tools and enabling these capabilities is all done with a single click of a button. And our approach is going to make it very easy for you to add these capabilities such as anti-phishing, zero-day malware protection, or DLP to any cloud app that you're using. Other than making it easy to fill these gaps, we do so in a way that doesn't lock you into a single vendor, meaning you can mix and match different vendors within our platform, as there's not any single vendor that is the best at everything. I know a lot of times vendors come off thinking that they're great at one thing and everything, but what we found is that that's not necessarily the case, right? So our customers like the ability to mix and match. Of key importance is this. You don't need to own any of these solutions, and you don't need to worry about purchasing licensing for these tools, right? We'll provide our customers per user, per year pricing, and we handle the logistics about getting all these capabilities enabled. In terms of G Suite, in general, there are really 4 key areas of interest our customers have. First, is the fact that many are trying to prevent email-based attacks. And the most common email attacks are, one, phishing email-based malware containing ransomware, things that weren't detected by Google, right? That's really the first type of thing that people are trying to detect with email. The second really is phishing attacks. That's hitting a lot of people and hitting them very hard. People getting, links to emails that contain links to fake authentication pages where they enter their SaaS credentials. Those credentials get harvested, and then those credentials get used where the hacker will then log into the platform and send out emails on behalf of that individual. And really the third type of email attack that we're seeing are spoofed emails, where the hacker pretends to be someone that they're not, someone with authority in your organization. In this case, the email comes in, there's nothing malicious about the content in the email, but simply a message asking the receiver to either, pay an invoice or wire transfer money. The second challenge our Google or G Suite customers are asking us to help solve is the prevention of compromised accounts. So I talked about that a lot of times that comes in the way of email-based phishing attacks, but sometimes they're not, right? These compromised accounts can occur when another SaaS application is compromised where the user is leveraging the same exact credentials. Right? In these cases, hackers are essentially weaponizing a user's email account in an effort to attack other employees within the organization, or even worse off, are other customers. The third concern that our Google customers or G Suite customers are talking to us about is controlling of sensitive data. And this goes well beyond email security, and you'll hear us talk a lot about this, that it goes beyond just email. One very nice thing about tools like Google Drive is the fact that it helps organizations, it helps collaboration, it makes it easy to pass documents back and forth. The problem there is that it's also easy to make mistakes that can unfortunately lead to things like accidental disclosure of sensitive information. Case in point, your organization may be okay with files containing sensitive information being stored in Google Drive, but let's say someone accidentally shares that information out with someone outside the organization, right? This comes up a lot in cases where, there are hefty fines associated with compliance violations. HIPAA obviously comes to mind first and foremost. Our customers want not only greater visibility around the usage of Google Drive, but also want the ability to control who is sharing what with whom. In several cases, our customers have deployed things like an on-prem DLP solution, Semantic, for example, and all they want to do is the ability to quickly and easily extend this security, this DLP to G Suite, either Google Drive or Google Email. And finally, the other thing that people are really asking for is our customers that are using G Suite want a unified approach to secure all their cloud applications. They don't want one tool for email and another set of tools for their other cloud-based applications. So what I always like to do is talk a little bit about the alternatives. Okay, what are the alternatives? How can I address adding security for Gmail, to be specific? Now, one alternative that a lot of people talk about are leveraging MTA-based solutions. And unfortunately, MTA-based solutions may not help. The key reason is this: MTA-based solutions require you to disable anti-spam, anti-phishing, and the anti-malware capabilities of Gmail, right? As a hop in front of Gmail, you'll need to whitelist your MTA provider within Gmail. And to be quite honest, for the most part, our customers are not looking to completely rip and replace out Gmail security. They're looking for an added layer. They want more advanced phishing capability. They also want zero-day malware scanning, things like sandboxing on inbound attachments, right? The other challenge with MTA-based solutions are those that stem from the fundamental architecture. They were designed and built for security of on-prem email, right? So trying to leverage a solution built for yesterday's technology to secure, the newest evolution of cloud email just isn't an optimal approach. One of the key reasons cloud email is absolutely different, right? It's tools like G Suite offer an extremely robust set of APIs, right? So when you leverage Google and you leverage G Suite, the APIs are available to companies like ours to leverage those to make the experience that much better. MTA-based solutions weren't built around the APIs. They don't leverage them, hence they're leaving a tremendous amount of capabilities on the table. It's really hard to imagine, to be quite honest, a case where cloud-based application doesn't begin with leveraging the APIs. Right. Further, it's really important to understand that our goal goes well beyond just the security of Gmail. Why have a single point solution for Gmail when really you can provide a more holistic security for all your other cloud-based applications? So again, our approach is just fundamentally different, right? We've really redefined what it means to secure cloud-based email. We've built our platform around the G Suite APIs, and we're using those APIs to actually block malicious emails before they ever show up in the user's inbox. Beyond this fact, though, the APIs give us a list of other capabilities, including things I've already talked about. So like extending to other all cloud-based applications, and extending to Google Drive, for example, extending to ServiceNow or SharePoint or Citrix ShareFile, right? The other thing the APIs give us the ability to do is protect against things. We hear a lot about, hey, we just had an attack and it was someone within our organization was phished and their account got compromised and they send a bunch of emails to other people within our organization. Well, that's one of the nice things the API gives us the ability to do is protect against internal to internal based attacks. And the other thing that people are finding when they actually do an evaluation of Avanan, we have a very interesting approach is that we can actually go back in history and scan everything that's sitting in your user's inbox today. So we can go back and say, here's all the malware that's sitting in your inbox today. Here's all the phishing attacks that are sitting in there today. And we can actually give you ability to quarantine those. So those API capabilities give us the ability to go back in time and look at things that are already at rest in those environments. So, the Avanan approach really provides, we always talk about a layered approach. This is exactly what we're talking about. It's layered in that we add to what you get with Google, and it's layered in the sense that we go beyond email to include Google Drive, right? It's layered in the sense that we're giving you multiple security vendors to choose from, not one single vendor, right? So this means you can deploy capabilities like FireEye and Checkpoint and LastLine to scan all your content within these environments quickly and easily. But again, it's not just about Google G Suite. It extends to all your cloud-based applications. In terms of how it works, we always get this question, you're not an NTA, I get it, then how the heck are you doing it? Again, we're using the APIs. So because we use the APIs, we don't need to route proxy traffic through us. There's no need for that. We connect to your Google Suite environment using the APIs as I've explained. And once we've done that connection, it takes 5 minutes to set up. We have all the visibility into all the emails sent or received. We don't need any more visibility beyond that. So when a user receives an email, what we do is we use the APIs to hold that email from being delivered to the user's inbox. It's all done within Google, right? With all done within Gmail. During that time, we actually inspect that email. So we'll scan that email for phishing attacks. We have an AI engine that we use for that. And then we scan any attachments again with whatever tools you've enabled, whether it be, sandboxing vendors or predictive analytics. And obviously, if the email's clean, we'll use the APIs to have it delivered into the user's inbox. If it's malicious, we quarantine it and provide a very user-friendly workflow to the end user. So with that, I'm going to go ahead and turn it over to Chris, and Chris will walk through the demonstration.
Okay, great. Thanks, Don. So we're going to take you through and we'll show you exactly what the solution looks like and how we can help protect data that sits within in G Suite. From an architecture standpoint, we're an on-demand cloud-based platform. From an enterprise deployment standpoint, it typically takes us less than 10 minutes to complete an installation for a customer. We've got a quick start guide with 2 steps that gets us up and running. And really starts with gaining visibility to Google, and then from there, with the best-of-breed security stack, we're able to help protect that information that's going to sit out in the cloud. From a setup standpoint, the first step with our solution would be to plug into Google. Like Don said, we've got coverage for email, we've got coverage for Drive, so complete visibility across the board. We've also got access to other SaaS platforms, but obviously we're going to focus on Google today. With the API approach that Don mentioned, this really gives us instant visibility and continuous visibility across the Google suite of products. From a setup standpoint, the only requirement that we have from customers is that they've got access to their global or super admin accounts for the SaaS platform. Once we authorize the Avanan platform to be able to talk to the Google APIs, that gives us that continuous visibility, so we can see any events that take place, everything from login attempts to emails, attachments, files that sit within Drive. So really gives us a complete continuous picture of everything that happens in real time going forward, and also that historical view of everything that has happened in the past within the cloud environment. Lots of advantages to the API approach. Don talked about most of them, but just to review, we gain the continual visibility, that's incoming and outgoing mail, internal to internal mail, and this is all accomplished without us changing your MX records in any way. There's no routing, there's no proxy, there's no MTA that gets installed. So literally within the first 2 minutes of the Avanan setup, we can start to gain visibility and really give you a clear picture of all your data that's going to reside within the Google suite of products. Okay, so that's the initial setup for us. That gains visibility into the cloud. The next step would be to determine what your security footprint is going to look like. You'll see over 60 different products here in the portfolio. We've got turnkey solutions across the board. All of these tools have been cloudified or SaaSified within our product. They can be fully licensed and built into to packages or bundles with the solution. We've got everything from SMB bundles to EDU to full enterprise class solutions. So you'll see a wide variety of security products here and best of breed names like the Checkpoints and FireEye's Last Lines of the world. We're going to cover everything from predictive malware, sandboxing solutions, antivirus, the anti-phishing solutions. So it really gives you that best of breed security footprint to not only gain visibility, but to also secure and understand what type of sensitive data might fit within your Google suite of products. So once this initial setup is done, from there we'll confirm the security stack with you. So you'll see all the best of breed products that are enabled. You'll see the SaaS products that we're integrated with. And this is really your protection model. From here, we'll start our initial scan period. So from a scan period, we're going to go back and we'll look at the historical environment. We'll show you any violations, any events that have taken place in the past. We'll also start real-time visibility going